Dude's got style on top of his crazy death-defying maneuvers.
Breaking down the style, Christian. Maybe, you do the red carpet as everybody arrives here at the Ultratorium.
Maybe you would. Maybe you'd be the limo driver. If you look at his knees too long, you'll actually start to get dizzy.
And our second participant makes his way to the ring from the Bay Area, ABA. Weighs 172 pounds. He is the ultimate finesser, Chris Bay.
And I am so excited, Todd Kennelly, that Chris Bay is back at PCW Ultra. As you see that swag and that coolness that this dude comes in, he is the ultimate finesser of PCW Ultra. We're excited to have him back. He flies with the best of, just like Eli Everfly. This guy right here can do it all.
Eli Everfly, as I mentioned, won the first Young Guns event. This man won the second. Then they would go toe-to-toe here in PCW Ultra. So no strangers to one another. Finney may be the two first to enter this one. But man, what a year it's been for Chris Bay. Just a meteoric rise, and this a huge golden opportunity for the ultimate finesser.
There's a reason Chris Bay has risen to the top of this industry in these independent scenes in Arizona, Nevada, California. It's because he's earned it. The guy's got a social media presence unlike anybody. The guy really does it right, promotes himself, and then proves it in the ring and backs it up. Whatever you do, Todd, don't touch his bag either. Chris Bay's got this beautiful bag. It's not for you.
Our third participant, he makes his way to the ring from Olive Branch, Mississippi. He weighs in at not very much. Mr. Fun Size, Marco Stunt.
Now around Halloween time, I generally don't like to hear the term fun size. I always hated trick-or-treating. You get those tiny candy bars, those quote-unquote fun-size candy bars. Those aren't fun size.
What the hell's going on here, Todd? Who let their son in here, and why isn't he participating in the costume contest? Security needs to pull this man out of the ring, this little boy out of the ring.
I think Marco Stunt, only the second smallest competitor in PCW Ultra history, right behind Swoggle. But all jokes aside, this kid can go. What a buzz around Marco Stunt. Great to have him here.
Yeah, he's over
PCW
like Rover
Ultra.
because he's 7 and he's really good at wrestling. You're 50 and you're still not good at commentary.
41. Don't need you to spot me those 9 years. One more piece of the puzzle.
Our fourth and final participant, he makes his way to the ring from El Monte, California. Weighs 200 pounds, superstar Jake Atlas.
There's one thing I can tell you about El Monte, it's that it's complete garbage. El Monte, the city, there couldn't be a worse city in Southern California. I'm sure SCU wouldn't like it. It is almost the worst town in America. But if there's one thing that's come out of El Monte that's great, it's Jake Atlas.
Jake Atlas, a phenomenal competitor, along with Marco Stunt, the only competitors that have not gained a PCW Ultra win, but he has had some phenomenal matches, has Atlas. He was involved in that first ever Young Guns event as well. Proud member of the LGBT community, a whole lot of pride. And again, we have to mention here, folks, that the winner of this matchup, the first person to score a pinfall or submission, will be the #1 contender to the Ultra Light Heavyweight Championship. So championship implications to kick things off here at Possessed.
The 4 men want to prove themselves to potentially get themselves into a spot where they could be championship worthy here in this company. In the near 3 years that PCW Ultra has been taking over the professional wrestling industry, these 4 men have come along with us. As Todd Kennelly referred to earlier, Young Guns winners are in the ring. Marco Stunt, A dude who's been seen on national television in recent months. Double pin. Chris Marshall deciding to look at the shoulders of only two of the guys there.
Trying to make it a sprint, not a marathon, and why not? You get the pin, you get out of there with low mileage, and you go in fresh down the line as a cover again, jackknife cover. There by Eli Everfly. All four looking for the drop kick. Now the kip up. Well, didn't quite get it done there for Bay.
Chris Bay's got a good sense of humor. He knows what happened. He's kind of getting a kick out of it.
He is the ultimate finesser, so both and all four competitors now at this point back to square one. A whole lot of moving parts in this one, Christian. As it is often said in a match like this, you got to have your head on a swivel. I don't know if the heads are going to be still on the bodies of those two. Now Bay going upstairs with an enziguri. Back brain kick that fighter Hayabusa would be proud of. And now the Hurricane Rana, look out here. Look at this momentum. Round and round he goes where he stops. Only the fly nose.
Eli Everfly with the agility of a housefly, so fast, unable to hit him. Elusive and able to counter any man.
Eli Everfly, though, he certainly has a longer lifespan than a housefly. He's got tons of endurance as well, well-conditioned. And, man, what a dream match this is. These two, don't blink, you might miss something. Marco Stunt in there with Eli Everfly. This should be a spectacle. Going for the cover, using the weight. Oh, my goodness, was that ever close?
Tried to sneak in a cover, did Marco Stunt. An opportunist is the young man. His 8th birthday is next Friday.
Give me a break.
Look at Eli Everfly.
He's trying to look for way more gold, is Marco Stunt, than some tokens at Chuck E. Cheese. I'll tell you that, looking for a shot at the gold.
Really interesting, Todd, to watch these two men go at it as they parallel one another, really. Marco Stunt and Eli Everfly, two different coasts.
Just shocked you would refer to Marco Stunt as a man.
Did I say that? I'm sorry. The young baby Marco Stunt. Infant newborn baby Marco Stunt.
Mr. Fun Size. And now an opportunity again. Every time you're isolated with one of your three opponents in there, you got to try and take advantage. Try and get a quick win and get out of there. And the winner of this thing will have a date with Destiny down the line for the light heavyweight championship, which will be up for grabs later on between Shane Strickland, the champion, and Darby Allin, the challenger. And Bay doing a little styling and profiling.
Chris Bay with an arm drag, fundamental, and able to kick up that time. Chris Bay showing his athleticism and his ability to move and maneuver. So quick is Chris Bay, but here Jake Atlas goes for a beautiful, innovative arm drag there.
Wow, look at this. Momentum off the top, incredible. So nimble is Jake Atlas, and he really has the total package, this Atlas, because he's a great striker as well. To his agile nature, can really do it all. And Chris Bay finding that out the hard way. A real showcase right here of two of Southern California's best. What did the five-finger say to the face?
Look at Chris Bay millie-whopping that ultimate finesser. The guy can really move, and in for that innovative cover. Beautiful roll up there.
Oh, switch the weight back the other way. And both competitors there looking for the victory. The fly back in as well as Stunt. And now this is how we started things off. Right back to Eli Everfly and Marco Stunt. Man, nice shot there. Tell you one thing about Marco Stunt. He'd be hard to hit. He's got a very low strike zone. Got caught there on the suicide dive attempt.
Ooh, look at that right hand on the outside. Not in the ring within the view of the referee, Chris Marshall, but able to drop that right fist to the face is Jake Atlas, and he'll take his ovation for that.
Jake Atlas very proud of that shot, pointing to his mental acumen. Look out here, though, Stunt off the top, big dive to the outside, takes down Atlas. And again, you got to be careful with high risk, because now you're on the outside looking in, and if a pin would be to happen or a submission, this thing's over.
That's a great point. Chris Bay starting to realize exactly what TK was just talking about. As Chris Bay knows that he needs to get one of these guys in the ring, will he try to assault them first. Chris Bay thought better of that.
Oh my goodness, whoa! Sliced bread number 2 over the top, and they all come crashing down.
All 4 men's bodies strewn out on the cold cement here in the Ultratorium. The fans showing some appreciation, and it looks like Bay may have taken the worst of that. Eli the first up to his feet.
What a move, coming over the top. Have you ever seen a sliced bread number 2 executed quite like that? Everfly now out of the wheelbarrow position, comes up with a nice takedown there on Jake Atlas. Pace quickens. I gotta think that favors the Fly.
Everfly sure does do well in this circumstance here. Goes in for the cover, outside leg, but Bay breaks it up brilliantly. Chris Bay knows if Eli covers Jake Atlas, this match is over, and Chris Bay ends up in the losing column.
Sliced bread number 2 or Salida del Sol, call it what you will, call it effective. That has been a popular go-to thus far in this matchup. Man, what a pace these 4 are keeping. Big shot there by the ultimate finesser. No finesse there. That was a wide open shot.
Exactly right. Forearm dropping right on the kisser of Eli. That's twice now in a row. And Bay's in firm control. This is Las Vegas versus Los Angeles right here, these 2 men. And Bay repping it for Nevada. Goes in for the cover. Lateral press, but only 2. And Bay, he has such a passionate about himself, Todd. I mean, passionate element about himself. He's always ready to wrestle. He loves entertaining the fans, but he's a competitor.
Sure is, and that was a nice wrinkle in the offense there, Chris Bay. He usually goes for that triple C's, that crazy Chris Cutter, but into a neck breaker moments ago. Marco Stunt back in. And I'm telling you, man, Marco Stunt, he's elusive. He's hard to hit because he's got that small strike zone. Off the back, into the DDT. Deep hook of the leg. Boy, and what a win that would be for Mr. Fun Size in his PCW Ultra debut.
And what a great shot from our production staff as you saw Eli Everfly's head spike directly in the mat from that jumping innovative tornado, or DDT rather, from Marco Stunt. Incredible action now.
Hard to keep up with all the action in this one, partner. Marco Stunt feeling the effects. You saw him clutching that lower lumbar region. I don't know if he's got the power to take Jake Atlas off the top with a superplex. We may never know now, however, as Bay taking over this precarious position.
Jake Atlas is in a really bad spot here, and it seems as Everfly and Chris Bay are coming together in perhaps a tag team maneuver here.
Marco Stunt checking in now. What in the world's he got in mind? Oh, does he have the power to do this?
There's no 6-year-old boy that could do this.
Indiana Jones is on standby waiting for the temple, or in this case, the Tower of Doom. Oh, he's trying to pump himself up as Marco Stunt.
Look at Stunt now.
Little something.
No way, he got it.
Superplex, double power bomb. And the stock is way up for Marco Stunt. He can take his pick, partner, pin one of the 3 opponents.
And that was the first ever Tower of Doom performed by somebody under the age of 9 years old. Incredible by Marco Stunt.
Well, we're all about making history here in PCW Ultra, that's for sure.
Someone get Guinness on the phone.
I prefer the stout to the book.
I'll take the stout as well.
To the book of records. Marco Stunt now unloading, and this might be throwing rocks at a man with a machine gun, because we talked about what a great striker Atlas is. Too much power there. And when back meets turnbuckle, turnbuckle's going to win every time.
Those pads, not much support for the kind of collision that Marco Stunt just ran into, and now massive jumping knee from Jake Atlas, who shows that he can strike with anybody. Look at Atlas roll now. Atlas got his head. Beautiful head scissors takedown by Jake Atlas. And Jake Atlas is showing up here tonight.
Double your pleasure, double your fun, because basically used Chris Bay as a projectile weapon to take out Marco Stunt as well. Killing 2 birds. Atlas now firing.
Waited too long.
Boy, what a matchup. The advantage has switched countless times. All 4 men bringing their A game here. And again, we're just getting started. And if you're Shane Strickland or Darby Allin, look at what's coming your way down the line. One of these great competitors. Neck breaker there by Bay, beautifully executed, but Atlas out of harm's way. Bay could not secure a cover.
Bay smart enough to catch Eli there, and back and forth these two will go. I mean, two of the best.
Oh my
region.
goodness! Spanish fly out of the corner might have absolutely spiked him, and that was close.
Yeah, that Spanish fly was so low in flight that Chris Bay's head seemed to hit the canvas really hard there. He doesn't seem to know where he is now.
Yeah, alert air traffic control at LAX. Tell him flying a bit low. And now Eli Everfly going to work. And again, he's dangerous from that top turnbuckle position. We've seen that vicious fly's wings that he's hit. When he gets that butterfly lock, comes off the top. We'll see if he's got that in mind. Not in position at the moment for it. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at the power by Atlas!
My goodness. Jake Atlas showing up, showing out. Can he get three? No.
Heads up move there by Marco Stunt, making Atlas do the heavy lifting, the hard work.
Look at Jake Atlas. Marco Stunt with an incredible counter. Codebreaker from Stunt.
He calls that the mark out, but Jake Atlas able to kick out. Unreal.
Marco Stunt, who was in massive trouble getting tossed around like a beanbag, able to come back and counter Jake Atlas and almost gets the victory.
Halloween time, and these four competitors have tricks galore, and this match is one hell of a treat for the PCW Ultra Faithful. What action.
Marco Stunt is going up to that Todd, and that height is almost 2 times the size of Marco as he stands on the canvas. Dangerous area. It's almost like Jake did a favor for him, a couple birds, by getting him down from there.
Atlas is really using the power game to his advantage in this thing. Look out here. The makings of perhaps a doomsday device, but no!
Oh my God!
Into a flip pile driver. I thought it was going to maybe be a sunset flip bomb, but turned it into a Canadian destroyer. Atlas going for the cover, and Bay comes in to make the save, and this match continues.
And this is child abuse, the way they're treating Marco Stunt. Someone should press charges against these 3 men. Take it easy on the young man.
Uh-oh, look out here, a little rockabye. Bay!
Oh my God, a jumping tombstone from Chris
Rest
Bay.
in peace. No, not yet. Atlas makes the save.
Chris Bay reinventing the tombstone and eats a face full of boot for his efforts.
Almost planted him 6 feet under, but not yet. Was about to say that Atlas at this point seems to be the freshest of the 4, but apparently Chris Bay didn't get the memo.
Well, look at this, Todd. Chris Bay got caught.
The ultimate finesser, though, finds his way out of there. Beautiful counter. Couldn't counter that huge strike. A multi-dimensional weapon here, and look out there! LGBDDT on the money. Atlas gets his first win.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and #1 contender to the PCW Light Heavyweight Championship, Superstar Jake Atlas.
That LGB DDT is as innovative of a DDT as I've ever seen, Todd. Able to spring with his hands off the top rope, get that front chancery, and slam his opponent.